Hello, how you guys doing? You guys know today is Grammys night and there's so many things that's going around. And they are telling me 50 Cent, he is still speaking out behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. And he talks about Clive Davis and Diddy, and Jay-Z. He says they are going down, make no mistake about it. And we also know that these are his enemies. And isn't it funny that Clive Davis, isn't he putting on a special party for the Grammys? Could you imagine? He's still out here throwing parties, aka Diddy parties. You guys have to watch this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And check this video out, okay?
In recent weeks, hip-hop mogul 50 Cent has made waves with a series of controversial remarks that have sent shockwaves through the music industry. Known for his unapologetic and fearless nature, 50 Cent has never been one to shy away from stirring the pot, especially when it comes to the powerful figures within the industry. His recent comments have centered on two of the most prominent names in music, Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z. But these remarks go beyond just friendly banter or rap beefs. They raise questions about the darker, hidden side of the music business and the lengths some are willing to go to maintain power. The allegations, a web of power and corruption. 50 Cent's comments about Jay-Z and Diddy have ignited speculation about their true relationship, suggesting that their ties go beyond mere business dealings. Both Jay-Z and Diddy are considered titans of the music world, having built massive empires through their record labels, clothing lines, and investments. Their friendship has long been known, but 50 Cent's latest remarks hint at something much more sinister. According to 50 Cent, Jay-Z and Diddy might be involved in a more covert conspiracy, covering for each other's illegal activities in the industry. But what exactly are the allegations? According to 50 Cent, there is a long-standing unspoken pact between the two moguls, one that is allegedly based on mutual protection and a shared willingness to go to extreme lengths to eliminate competition. This could include going after rivals who threaten their positions of power, and in some cases, even resorting to illegal and unethical methods to remove these threats. Whether it's sabotaging a competitor's career or using shady tactics to maintain dominance, 50 Cent paints a picture of a high-stakes game where the price of success is far higher than many may realize. One of the most eyebrow-raising accusations 50 Cent has made is the possibility that Jay-Z and Diddy may have worked together to conceal their involvement in illicit activities. This includes rumors surrounding the business dealings of their respective record labels, as well as whispers about their role in manipulating the careers of other artists. While many are quick to dismiss these claims as sensationalized gossip, others in the industry believe that 50 Cent may be onto something more than just hearsay. Diddy's dark past. Accusations and lawsuits. In the midst of these claims, Diddy's name has come under increasing scrutiny. Over the years, the hip-hop mogul has been at the center of various controversies, ranging from accusations of violence to allegations of manipulation and control over artists under his label, Bad Boy Records. The most recent lawsuit filed against Diddy by music producer Rodney Jones has added another layer to the already murky narrative surrounding the mogul. In this lawsuit, Jones claims that Diddy not only forced him to solicit sex workers and underage girls, but also allegedly assaulted him and groomed him to engage in sexual acts with other men. This lawsuit marks the fifth such legal battle Diddy has faced, but what makes this case particularly concerning is the nature of the allegations. Jones describes a horrifying pattern of abuse, which included physical and sexual assault, emotional manipulation, and coercion. Diddy's actions, according to Jones, went far beyond the typical power struggles that are often seen in the entertainment industry, and instead, it painted a portrait of a man willing to go to extreme and depraved lengths to maintain his dominance in the business. But these allegations are not isolated. In addition to Jones' lawsuit, Diddy has faced accusations of human trafficking, emotional abuse, and manipulation from former partners and associates. One such case involved his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who, after years of silence, filed a lawsuit accusing Diddy of numerous offenses, including physical abuse and human trafficking. In a twist that shocked many, Cassie later dropped the lawsuit, leading some to speculate that Diddy may have threatened her into silence, perhaps with the help of powerful allies like Jay-Z. The mysterious role of Clive Davis. While Diddy's legal troubles continue to make headlines, 50 Cent has also cast a critical eye on another powerful figure in the music business, Clive Davis. Davis, a legendary music executive, has long been associated with some of the biggest names in the industry, including Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, and Aretha Franklin. However, 50 Cent's latest comments suggest that Davis might not be the saintly figure he appears to be. Davis has been the subject of various rumors and allegations over the years, including claims of sexual harassment, manipulation of artists, and even more sinister accusations involving young actors and artists. According to 50 Cent, Davis has played a major role in perpetuating the darker side of the music industry, using his influence to control the careers of artists and ensure that they remain indebted to him. Some have even gone so far as to claim that Davis may have been involved in the tragic deaths of certain artists, including Whitney Houston. One of the most shocking claims made by 50 Cent involves Davis' supposed connection to the tragic death of Whitney Houston. In a viral video, singer Jaguar Wright made bold accusations, stating that Davis was responsible for introducing Houston to harmful substances and playing a role in the singer's ultimate demise. Wright claimed that Davis, who had a close professional relationship with Houston, may have been more interested in controlling her career and financial prospects than her well-being. Wright also alleged that Davis had a hidden agenda to exploit Houston and her daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, for his own gain. The dark allegations against Jay-Z. Of course, no conversation about 50 Cent's recent remarks would be complete without mentioning Jay-Z, who has long been one of the most successful and influential figures in hip-hop and the broader entertainment industry. But 50 Cent's comments have raised questions about the extent of Jay-Z's involvement in the darker aspects of the music industry. Specifically, 50 Cent has suggested that Jay-Z might be in cahoots with Diddy and Clive Davis, helping to conceal their illicit activities and protect their interests. The rumors surrounding Jay-Z's involvement in questionable dealings go beyond just 50 Cent's claims. Over the years, there have been whispers about Jay-Z's connections to powerful individuals in the music and entertainment industries, as well as allegations of underhanded tactics used to secure his position as one of the wealthiest and most influential figures in hip-hop. Some have gone so far as to suggest that Jay-Z's success might not be entirely due to his talent, but rather the result of strategic alliances with powerful figures like Diddy and Davis. These rumors have only intensified in recent years as Jay-Z has expanded his business empire, moving beyond music and into industries like fashion, sports, and real estate. His business acumen is undeniable, but as his influence has grown, so too have the suspicions surrounding his methods. Is Jay-Z truly the self-made billionaire he claims to be? Or is he just another cog in a much larger and darker machine? The music industry's hidden realities. At the heart of all these allegations lies a larger, more troubling reality about the music industry. Behind the glitz and glamour of stardom, there are countless untold stories of abuse, manipulation, and exploitation. Artists, producers, and executives alike have long been accused of using their power and influence to control the lives and careers of those beneath them. And while these issues have come to light in recent years, it is clear that there is still much more to uncover. The stories of sexual abuse, coercion, and manipulation that have emerged from the likes of Diddy, Jay-Z, and Clive Davis are just the tip of the iceberg. There are likely many more stories of suffering and exploitation that remain hidden from the public eye, either because victims are too afraid to speak out or because the individuals involved are simply too powerful to challenge. As the allegations against Diddy, Jay-Z, and Clive Davis continue to unfold, one thing is certain: the music industry's dark underbelly is far more complex and insidious than most people realize. Whether these allegations will lead to any meaningful change remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the fight for justice is far from over. A mastermind behind the scenes, Clive Davis is widely regarded as one of the most powerful and influential figures in the music industry. His career spans decades, and his keen eye for talent has led to the discovery and cultivation of some of the most celebrated artists in history. From Whitney Houston to Alicia Keys, Davis' legacy is firmly established as that of a mogul who knows how to turn singers into superstars. However, beneath the surface of his seemingly golden touch, some insiders have painted a much darker picture of Davis' role in shaping, and, some argue, controlling the lives of the artists he signs. According to critics, Davis is not just a manager or mentor, but a figure who exerts an extraordinary level of influence, dictating both the professional and personal trajectories of those under his wing. The Living Dolls allegation. One of the most vocal critics of the music industry's inner workings is singer Jaguar Wright. In a series of explosive statements, Wright has accused Clive Davis of treating his artists as living dolls, suggesting that his involvement goes far beyond business decisions. According to her, Davis carefully curates every aspect of their careers, ensuring that they adhere to a specific image and brand that aligns with his vision. Wright describes an environment in which female artists, in particular, are transformed into idealized versions of themselves, versions that Davis creates and controls, from the music they produce to the clothes they wear, and even the public statements they make. Every detail is allegedly orchestrated by Davis to fit a carefully crafted narrative. Some argue that this level of management is simply good business. After all, many record executives shape their artists' images to appeal to target audiences. But Wright insists that Davis' control extends beyond standard industry practices. She suggests that artists under his management lose their autonomy, forced to live according to his directives rather than their own desires or artistic instincts. The Aretha Franklin exception. One of the only artists who, according to Wright, managed to break free from Davis' influence was Aretha Franklin. The Queen of Soul had already established herself as a legend before working with Davis, and her reputation as an uncompromising artist set her apart from others in his roster. Wright suggests that Davis' relationship with Franklin was fundamentally different from the way he interacted with other artists. Unlike those who depended on him to launch their careers, Franklin was already a force to be reckoned with. When Davis came into her orbit, this power dynamic, according to Wright, meant that Franklin retained a level of independence that few others could afford. Moreover, Wright claims that Davis' success was, in many ways, built on his association with Franklin rather than the other way around. By working with an artist of her caliber, he gained credibility and influence in the industry. This, she argues, made it difficult for Davis to exert the same level of control over Franklin as he allegedly did with younger, more vulnerable artists who had yet to establish themselves. The broader implications. If Wright's claims are to be believed, the implications are troubling. The idea that an executive could wield such immense influence over artists raises serious questions about power dynamics in the entertainment industry. While artists are often seen as the faces of their own success, the reality may be that their careers, and in some cases their personal lives, are being directed by unseen forces behind the scenes. For aspiring musicians, Wright's allegations serve as a cautionary tale. They highlight the potential dangers of entering an industry where one's career can be shaped, manipulated, or even destroyed by those in power. If Davis truly operates in the way Wright describes, it suggests that the music industry is not just about talent and hard work, but also about navigating complex and potentially dangerous relationships with those who hold the keys to success. The questionable circumstances surrounding her death. Whitney Houston's death on February 11th, 2012, in a Beverly Hills hotel bathtub, was officially ruled an accidental drowning, with contributing factors including heart disease and drug use. However, her passing remains shrouded in controversy, with many believing there was more to the story than what was publicly revealed. Jaguar Wright and other industry insiders have raised suspicions about the circumstances leading up to Houston's death, questioning the role that Clive Davis and other powerful figures in the music industry may have played. Wright suggests that Houston's estate and the immense financial interest surrounding it could have made her a target. Houston was set to make a massive career resurgence, and the potential profits from her legacy may have been more valuable than her continued presence in the industry. Some believe her death was not merely an accident, but a calculated move by those who stood to benefit from her absence. Houston's funeral, held just a week after her death, added further fuel to conspiracy theories. Clive Davis, despite being Houston's longtime mentor, went ahead with his annual pre-Grammy party at the very hotel where she had died, mere floors above where guests were celebrating. To some, this was a chilling display of disregard, prompting questions about the industry's treatment of its biggest stars and the underlying motives of those in power, the family business, and Houston's lack of choice. Wright argues that Houston never truly had control over her career. From the beginning, her path was set by forces beyond her control, specifically by Clive Davis, who had deep ties to her family. Davis had already been managing her mother, Cissy Houston, and had close connections to her godmother, legendary singer Darlene Love. By the time Whitney was ready to enter the industry, it was almost predetermined that she would be under Davis' guidance. At just 19 years old, Houston signed with Davis' label, Arista Records, but Wright suggests that this decision was more of an obligation than a choice. She was thrust into an industry where Davis wielded immense power, and any resistance would have been futile. Wright claims that Davis meticulously controlled Houston's public image, relationships, and career decisions, much like he allegedly did with other female artists under his management. Even as Houston's personal struggles became public, Davis remained a dominant force in her life, intervening in ways that some argue were more about protecting his financial interests than about genuine concern for her well-being. While Davis publicly portrayed himself as Houston's guiding hand, others believe that his influence may have done more harm than good. The role of drug dealers and industry manipulation. One of the most alarming claims made by Wright involves the presence of a well-known drug dealer who has allegedly been associated with multiple high-profile artists who later died under suspicious circumstances. According to Wright, this dealer has long-standing ties to elite industry figures, including Clive Davis, and has been a fixture in Hollywood's social scene for years. Wright suggests that this dealer was not just a supplier, but part of a larger system of control, ensuring that certain artists remained under the industry's grip. She implies that addiction was not just an unfortunate consequence of fame, but a tool used to manipulate and, in some cases, eliminate artists who became difficult to manage. Houston's well-documented struggles with addiction, coupled with the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death, have led some to question whether she was simply another casualty of this alleged system. The similarities between Houston's passing and that of her daughter Bobby Christina Brown in 2015 have only deepened suspicions. Brown was found unresponsive in a bathtub under eerily similar conditions and remained in a coma for months before her eventual death. To those who believe Houston was deliberately silenced, the fate of her daughter is seen as further evidence of foul play. Allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for Sean Diddy Combs, has spoken out about the dark underbelly of the music industry, particularly concerning Diddy's alleged involvement in secretive, high-profile parties. According to Deal, these events are not just lavish gatherings, but exclusive affairs, where illicit activities take place. Deal describes these gatherings as invitation-only events, where Hollywood's elite indulge in behaviors that would be considered scandalous or even illegal. He suggests that these parties are more than just a means of entertainment. They serve as a method of control, ensuring that influential figures remain compromised and loyal. By engaging guests in activities that could be used against them, those in power allegedly maintain an iron grip over some of the biggest names in the industry. The exotic bookstore incident one anecdote that Deal shares involves accompanying Diddy to an exotic bookstore, where the music mogul purchased a collection of items without hesitation. While the specifics of the purchases remain unclear, Deal recounts his own discomfort at the situation and Diddy's apparent familiarity with the store's offerings. This seemingly minor event has been interpreted by some as a glimpse into Diddy's involvement in underground circles. It paints a picture of a man who is deeply entrenched in a lifestyle that few outsiders are aware of. Wright and Deal both suggest that these elements of Diddy's life are not just personal indulgences, but part of a larger culture of coercion and manipulation within the industry. Cassie Ventura's allegations of abuse. One of the most disturbing allegations against Diddy involves his ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura. According to multiple reports, Diddy allegedly forced Ventura to engage in non-consensual acts while he watched. These allegations, if true, go beyond personal misconduct and enter the realm of serious criminal activity, including sex trafficking and abuse. Deal's testimony adds weight to these claims, painting a picture of an individual who wields his power in deeply disturbing ways. Wright has also suggested that Ventura was one of many victims caught in the industry's web of control, where young artists are exploited and discarded once they are no longer useful. The allegations against Diddy are part of a broader conversation about the abuse of power in the entertainment industry. As more insiders come forward with their experiences, the facade of glamour that surrounds the music business is being stripped away, revealing a much darker reality. The bigger picture, the allegations surrounding Clive Davis, Whitney Houston's death, and Diddy's involvement in secretive gatherings all point to a deeply entrenched system of control within the music industry. While some dismiss these claims as conspiracy theories, the consistency of testimonies from individuals like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal suggests that there is more to the story than what has been publicly acknowledged. Whether these allegations will ever be fully investigated remains uncertain. However, as more voices come forward and demand accountability, the conversation around power, manipulation, and exploitation in the entertainment industry is becoming impossible to ignore. The question remains, how many more lives will be affected before real change occurs? Jay-Z's involvement in the industry's power web, Jay-Z, one of the most successful and influential rappers of all time, has also been linked to the industry's darker dealings. Some theorists suggest that he has learned from, and possibly participated in, the same mechanisms of control that figures like Davis and Diddy are accused of implementing. The close relationships between these powerful men raise questions about how deep the connections run and whether there is a broader system at play. The fear of speaking out. Those who have dared to expose the inner workings of the music industry have often faced severe consequences. Wright herself has claimed that she has been followed and harassed for speaking out. The unspoken rule in Hollywood seems to be that those who challenge the status quo are ostracized, discredited, or worse. This fear of retaliation may explain why so many insiders choose to remain silent. The larger implications. Is Hollywood a machine of exploitation? The allegations against these industry titans suggest a deeply embedded system of control where money, influence, and secrecy are used to maintain power. Artists who comply are rewarded, while those who resist face career destruction, or even worse, personal harm. The need for justice and transparency. As more voices come forward with allegations of abuse, exploitation, and manipulation, there is an increasing demand for transparency. Fans and insiders alike are calling for a deeper investigation into the true nature of the entertainment industry and the individuals who wield immense power within it. Conclusion: a call for accountability. As the music industry continues to grapple with these shocking revelations, it is important to remember that behind every celebrity, there are real people with real stories. The allegations against figures like Diddy, Jay-Z, and Clive Davis are not just about celebrity gossip. They are about the very real harm that can be caused when powerful people use their influence to exploit and abuse others. The calls for justice and accountability are growing louder, and it is clear that the music industry must reckon with its past if it hopes to move forward. Whether or not these powerful figures will ever be held accountable for their actions remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the truth is out there, and it is only a matter of time before it comes to light. Diddy's name.
Whoa, it is so much going on with this case. I want to know your thoughts about this. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at The Messy Sweet Spot.